Hi, I'm Pastor Denise, sharing this week's devotional with you. We're going to be talking about identity. I have a question for you. Do you know that you're unique? And you might say, well, of course I know I'm unique. But do you know just how unique you are? You're 1 in a million, or maybe I should say 1 in 7 billion. Most of us know that, for instance, our fingerprints are unique to us. No one else in the world shares those. Not even identical twins share the same set of fingerprints. But beyond that, did you know that your ears are unique to you? That the ridges and the little contours of your ears are unique and one of a kind. The irises of our eye, that's the colored part in the center of our eye, have very unique swirls and patterns that no one else in the world shares. Even each eye that we have is different from one another. And our tongue, amazing, has its own distinct bumps and ridges that no one else has. Beyond that, there are plenty of other body parts. Our toe prints, our voice, and also our teeth are unique to us. Well, with all of this uniqueness, there must be a great designer out there, our Creator, God, who designed each of us uniquely and perfectly. And the Creator designed not only our bodies, but also our identity and our purpose in this life. In the Bible, God's inspired word for mankind, we are told, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." And that's found in Jeremiah 1:5. Also, we read in Psalms 139:13, it says, "For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb." And not only did God uniquely design our bodies, but He designed us spiritually, our inmost being, and what makes us have our identity. Part of our purpose is to know God and to make Him known to others. It is in discovering who we really are that we are fulfilled in this life. Our true identity is found when we know ourselves and how we fit into the world. God tells us that we're made in His image. So to understand our identity is not just who we are, but whose we are. We are created by God and for God in relationship. And it's a relationship that is based on His great love for humanity. Our purpose is to know Him personally and to be so filled with Him that we just naturally want to share that with other people, that discovery. Like the Samaritan woman who was at the well and met with Jesus, she was so impacted by her encounter with Jesus that she excitedly left the well, even left her water jar behind to go and to tell other people. And the impact that she had with them was based on her testimony, her story, what she had come to find out about Jesus, but beyond that, what they came to find out about themselves as they met with Jesus, their true identity and purpose. One commentator that I read said it this way: "We never see ourselves until we see ourselves in the presence of Christ." We see our brokenness apart from Him. All is in vain from our identity except apart from our identity with Him. Everything else leads to frustration in this life. We may try to claim our identity as something other than God designed, but it will only bring disappointment and a lack of peace. Our true identity is found in Christ alone. This is what brings us peace and abundant life. It is through Jesus that we have access to understanding our identity as image bearers of God. The Bible tells us that our true identity in Christ is found when we accept the free gift of salvation. We lose our worldly identity and discover our identity as a Christ follower. It is discovering what is essential to our life. We go from merely existing to truly living. We find our purpose and we find the peace in life that most of us as human beings are searching for. So today it seems we need to discover this identity more than ever. In our world today, many seem to have an identity crisis and determining who they are, especially as we move further and further away from the traditional Christian values and principles. In our identity with Christ, we do not have to work to fit in or to try to be someone that we're not. But Jesus was clear in that it was only through Him that we would understand who we are and what a relationship with God is about. God, of course, never forces us into this relationship, but freely offers it as a gift. He wants the best life possible for us in identifying ourselves with Christ. In Galatians, in the NLT version, chapter 2, verse 20, it says, "My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God who loved me and gave Himself for me." Only someone who had our best interests at heart would sacrifice themselves for us as Jesus did. Only someone who knows our true identity and best possible life would do all of this for us. We no longer have to have an identity crisis. We can discover who and whose we are in Christ.